What's up, Honors? So just a couple days ago, Spirit Halloween gave us 5 of the weirdest Chipotle costumes ever, so let's talk about them. And welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you're all having a good day. So if you haven't been up to date on what Spirit Halloween has been posting on their socials, well, basically about a week ago, Spirit posted that they're doing some sort of collaboration with Chipotle, and a few days later, on Friday the 6th, they ended up releasing 5 new Chipotle costumes, which are all these like morph suits. And I wanted to focus a video on them today because they're such weird costumes. I kind of want to hate them, but at the same time also kind of want to love them. They're just weird, but they're weird in the way that they're kind of cool. Anyways, the first thing I want to talk about these new costumes is just how much of a disappointment it was to most people when they released this. Because originally when we saw the first commercial or like promotion Spirit posted for this, it was originally them putting their banner up on the Chipotle store, and that made everyone think that they would have some sort of special menu item for Spirit Halloween at Chipotle, which would have been really cool to see. I would have loved that. And then a few days later, when they posted that they were going to be releasing these new costumes, which looked kind of weird, I think it was definitely a bigger disappointment for everyone, especially since everyone was expecting this really cool new menu item. But yeah, we did just end up with the costumes, which sucks, but these costumes are still very interesting, and so interesting that I decided to dedicate a whole video to talk about them. So anyways, I guess now let's get into look at each of these individual costumes. And looking at all these costumes, they're all priced at $40 each, and they're all kind of the same thing where it's like this body suit type or like morph suit that you wear, and it has some sort of Chipotle branding or product type thing on it. Looking at the first one right here, we have the to-go bag costume, which is very interesting. It's basically just the design of the to-go bag, but on a costume. It has like the Chipotle logo at the top, and then on the sides it has all like the words and like phrases that they put on the side of the bag. And I don't really know how to feel about this. Like, if you are to make a costume like this, wouldn't it make more sense to make like an actual bag? I guess the morph suit one does kind of look better than it being just a bag, but that's that. We've also got this napkin costume right here, which again is pretty much the same thing. It just has a Chipotle logo on there and is just kind of printed on a morph suit. We've also got a water cup here, which, again with this, just the same thing. They took the water cup design and then printed it onto the morph suit right here. Of course, it has a Chipotle logo at the top there, which pretty much all these have the Chipotle logo somewhere on them. And at the bottom there, that like design. And also something I noticed is a couple of these are actually holding something like related to it. Like for this water cup one right here, he's actually holding the lemon. But looking into it, doesn't actually come with these props, which does suck. I feel like it would have made more sense for him to include these props, like the lemon with the water cup, but that's kind of that. Another one right here, which is probably my favorite one, is the burrito costume. This one, I think, makes the most sense, kind of, to have as a costume. Now, again, with this one, maybe it would have looked better to have it as the actual, like, burrito type thing instead of just the morph suit, but I like how this one looks. It's like very nice and shiny, like that wrapping they have around it, and has the little tag on there and everything, which is cool. And the final one we have here, which is probably the least creative, but probably the funniest one, and the one that they might sell most of, who knows, is the Chipotle fork costume, which is so weird. It has no Chipotle branded at all. It has nothing really to do with a fork. It's just a black morph suit that they're just calling the Chipotle fork, and it is just so funny. Look at the photo here for the product. He kind of has his arms up there like he's pretending to be a fork, and look at the promotional stuff. You can also see the guy in the costume who's also pretending to be the fork, and yeah, it's just such a funny costume to me, and I like honestly love to see someone actually wearing this on Halloween. It'd be so hilarious. But those there, of course, are the 5 different costumes that they did end up releasing. And another thing I want to talk about these is how they're only available in select locations and online only. I think Spirit knows that they can't sell like so many of these that they can put them in every store, but it's still interesting that we're going to be seeing these at 5 locations. Unfortunately, it's only going to be at 5 US locations, so me and other people here in Canada, you can't just go to Spirit somewhere here and buy it. You'd have to go to the US or order it, but yeah, it's really interesting that there's 5 stores that are going to begin a Chipotle display with all these costumes, and really wish here in Canada we would have gone to store with them, but whatever. And of course, if you were to ask me how exactly I feel about this, I honestly don't know how to feel about this. It just seems so weird that they do this collaboration and then they make these 5 like lame costumes. I think it's more of just like a thing that it's funny, might become a meme. That's probably why they made these costumes, but yeah, it's pretty funny just to see these, especially that fork one right there. That one is just so hilarious. I'd love to see someone do a review on that costume. Maybe even I should order and do a review, who knows. Anyways, that is going to finish it for today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy some very interesting costumes, and I can't wait to see more stuff about this. But anyways, that's it for today. I'll see you all next time. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye.